This is Dancing Faraz, and you're watching the Million Dollar Ganja Chronicles.
Welcome back, everybody, to our MDGC series going on here at Mach 6 Studios. Today, we got a very special episode as I'm sitting here with the man himself, Dancing Faraz, local Seattle legend over here at the Chop Suey, running the venue out here. But how are we doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
We're great. Fantastic. Pleasure
Excellent.
to be out here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
thank you for having me before my show. I'm glad we got to get this in for sure.
So, yeah, I wanted you to tell the people kind of what's been going on here every third Friday of every month.
Yeah, sure. Every third Friday, I throw this party called Forever Avicii. It's like an Avicii tribute night. I play Avicii music. I play house music, EDM music, classic hits, remixes, and my personal favorite, new music. Big fan of new music. So this is a nice little venue and a nice little medium to get new music out and kind of expose people to the house and EDM scene from like back in the day and to now.
Yeah, awesome. I got to say, because we kind of one day, about a year ago, just stumbled up on an Avicii show night, and we had a fantastic time. You brought the energy, the passion, the love up on the stage, and that's kind of what gave me the ambition to come reach out to you, and even just sit down here and have a discussion. But so shout out to you for killing.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
It's obvious that you love what you do up here.
Yeah, well, this is by far my favorite party that I throw. I throw like 2000s nights and like Harry Styles nights, different kind of nights with different promoters. But this is like my show, and this is my favorite show because it is EDM and house music, which is my favorite genre of music. And I get to kind of manipulate the playlist, curate the playlist. I know what I want to play, when I want to play it, how the crowd's going to react. Every month, it's once a month. So every month I kind of just like get the music together, think about it. And I'm always thinking about how I can maximize the fun. And like you said, when you were here, you had a good time and you saw like how passionate I was. And like, that's what we want. It's if you come here, you're giving us your time, you're giving us your money, your energy, and we want you to have such a blast. And fun is intangible. And so like, if I can give you fun, I've done my job as a DJ.
For sure. And I got to say that it's definitely contagious when you're up there too. It rubs off on the crowd. You can see everyone starts to get into it. So mate, you got to come here to Chop Suey and witness one of these shows because it's awesome.
All the music I like to play and listen to, it's all very much like what gets you dancing, what makes you have fun, what makes you connect with the DJ and the crowd. And like, for me, like I said, new music is where it's at for me because your neurons fire differently. And like when you're at a show and you hear a song you've never heard before, you associate it with the DJ and you associate it with the night and you're like, wow, like this really, really made me feel something. And that's what you want, is to feel this like visceral experience when you go party. And new music does that. Classic music will always do that. But like, I think new music and classic music together and like having Avicii that kind of like strings it all together. Yeah. Everyone knows Avicii. So if you have that common thread, you can kind of bounce around the whole classic, new music, remixes, bangers, like all that. So Avicii starts it off. And then I like to think that I take it from there.
There you go. Yeah, I love how in tune you are with the whole cycle. Like what needs to be when. So that's good to see.
Yeah, thanks.
How did what kind of like sparked the interest for you? Like start getting on stage and kind of being in front of crowds and dancing your ass off out here. What was like the taking it from like the bedroom / shower bathroom to in front of crowds?
Yeah, right. Oh, well, so I've been partying my whole life. Like I said, once I turned 21, no joke, I went out every Friday and Saturday. Boom. Since I can remember, like every single Friday, Saturday, I don't care how hard school was or work was, I would go out every single weekend because I wanted to maximize my time on the dance floor. I love dancing. I didn't get into DJing until 2017. I actually just kind of fell into it. I was working coat check at a local club here in Seattle and making some extra money for my upcoming wedding. That was 2017. I was getting married in 2018.
Nice.
And one of the regulars came in and was like, hey, I'm throwing a party on Saturday, but we lost our DJ, blah, blah, this, whatever. And I was just bullshitting. And I was like, oh, I can DJ. And he was like, all right, cool. We'll see you on Saturday. And I was like, whoa. He called me out, but you can't be like, wait. So it was a Wednesday night. The show was on Saturday. So I called my DJ friend and I was like, hey, I need your help. And so I bought the gear, had it rush shipped. He like taught me how to DJ in a couple days. And I started DJing that Saturday night. And, he didn't notice that I'd never DJed before. But I guess the real kicker is the whole stage show, right? Like I was DJing and I was like, I've always had this collection of music because I've been listening to it and dancing to it all my life. So I had it. So I had this library of music I had. So I was good there. But kind of finding my identity, that's really what was, I guess, a game changer. I was DJing a friend's wedding in October of 2018. So a little over a year later. And I started like dancing on stage and like coming out from behind the decks and like, cause I was like, oh, everyone's dancing. I was born on the dance floor. So I like, this was where I'm comfortable. But when you're DJing, you're kind of expected to be behind the decks. And so once I went to the front of the stage at the wedding and like was curating the party on the mic, engaging the crowd, something kind of came out of me. Something was born of like what I was becoming. And so for me, DJing is much more than just finding music, mixing music, and doing that. Really, it's a whole package. Like I'm on stage, I'm dancing, I'm engaging with the crowd, I'm on the mic. I want everyone to feel what I feel when I play my music. Definitely. And I hope that it comes off in my performances. And like, DJs are awesome. They're there to like, you're curating the fun, you're making the party, and you do it in a variety of ways. My particular way that I like to do it is I like to be on stage. I like to mix the music, get the music ready. But once the music is set, I want to be on the stage and just get with the crowd, like feel the sweat, hear their, the screams. And that's what I think that like Dancing Faraz brings to the DJ scene.
Yeah, right? No, 100%. 100%. I got, when you're up there going 3 hours straight, I got to ask how you stay so like energized and into it the whole time, because I would definitely get burnt out.
Yeah, well, I mean, like it's very physically rigorous. Okay, yeah, so it's 5 hours straight. I mean, yeah, 5. So this show is 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. And yeah, it's a lot. But I'm totally sober when I DJ. What it is, it's the music that drives me.
There you go. Okay.
The music drives me. So when I'm playing music I love, when I'm playing music that I discover, every single week I spend probably 2 to 4 hours discovering new music. That's awesome. Like tonight I have at least 2 or 3 tracks that I discovered within the last month that I can't wait to drop. And I will let people know like, hey, get your Shazams ready. Like this is brand new. You're only going to hear this at one of my parties because I love new music, and you're just so the music is what drives me. And when I hear the music, I just can't control myself. The truth is, I really can't. Like my wife and my friends are like, I'll have like 2 consecutive shows sometimes, Friday, Saturday, both 5 hours, and I'll be exhausted from the Friday show, and I'm like, all right, I'll only take it easy on the Saturday show. But once the music starts, I just can't control myself. I just get into it, and I go so hard because when the music starts, you feel it in your bones, in your heart, in your blood, in your soul. And so people in the crowd, you don't know like what their day was like. You don't know what they've been through. And if let's say they're here, they're like, oh, I only go out once every few months. They're choosing to go to your show. You want to give them the best possible show you can so they'll never forget that night.
So you are a UW alumni.
That is right.
Go Dogs, baby.
Thank you. Yeah, go Dogs.
Do you think that started the party scene going for Dance Faraz out there? Party with the dogs in the bars out there in the U District around there?
Well, so like I said, I've been partying ever since I was 21. And I really didn't go clubbing. I didn't have a fake ID. I didn't have a fake ID. So I really waited until 21 to go out. And I was still in school, obviously, at the UW. I was arts and entertainment director, believe it or not, at the University of Washington. Okay, yeah. So I brought like comedians, musicians, artists, like did the movies, like we had this whole thing. So I was in the arts and entertainment scene at the University of Washington. And I would go to the bars when I was 21. I would go to house parties, obviously. Before I was 21, you did have house parties. So I'd go there and I would but my sole focus was, to be honest with you, was dancing. Gotcha. I wouldn't go to like drink or to like meet girls. I would literally go to be like, all right, where's the music? Awesome. Yeah, where's the dance floor? Let me just, because dancing is my favorite thing of all time. Like out of all the things I've ever done in my life and that I will do, dancing will always be my favorite. And so, ever since I was at the University of Washington, like it's very formative years when you're in college and you really discover a lot about yourself. One thing I discovered was I love to party like an unhealthy amount. Like it's always up here. It's the crew is laughing. I love it. If I were to say the biggest lesson I learned from UW, it would be that if you study, do your homework, get your work done, then you can party as much as you want. That's all it takes.
There you go. Yeah, and dance your ass off when you're at those parties.
Word of the wise, kids.
When you're performing, you have a little special sign going on where we go.
Yeah, the Z
DJ
sign. Yeah, let me see if I can do it for you here. Okay, so left hand up, left hand up. There you go. Left hand up, right hand down. the crew is nodding their head. They got it. So, yeah. So that Z sign. I would go out every Friday to this club, and they got to know me, and got to know the staff, got to know the security guards, all those managers, and everything, VIP people. And so they, one day they were like, "Oh, Faraz, you're here all the time. You're dancing. You're partying. Wouldn't you like to be a DJ one time?" I go, "Yeah, I'd love to DJ. I'd love to be a DJ." And they go, "Oh, you know what? But if you were to DJ, you probably couldn't see over the decks because I'm only 5'5".
They said that to you.
Yeah, they said it. So I'm only 5'5", right? I'm not a tall guy. And so they're like, "Yeah, but they wouldn't see you over the decks. All they would see are your hands." And I was like, "Okay." So I'd be like, "Oh, yeah, well, maybe I should be DJ Hands then with a Z."
Yeah, because when we were here last year, we heard it was DJ Hands. And
That's right.
You had a name switch. I was like, okay.
That's right. So DJ Hands became this inside joke with this club. Every Friday I'd show up, they'd be like, "Oh, DJ Hands!" Like all these people in line would be like, "Whoa!" It was such a funny inside joke. So when I actually became a DJ in 2017, 2 years later, I just adopted that moniker because it was an inside joke that went horribly, horribly wrong. So I was DJ Hands, and so I had this hand sign, the Z. For me, this Z sign, it's kind of like it allows me to, and people in the crowds when they do it, I love to like kind of give them a Z, Z5, Z high five. That's what DJ Hands was. Yeah. And then now I'm Dancing Faraz because back in March of 2023, I went to Miami Music Week with my buddy Robert, and we were there. I was seeing my all-time favorite artist, Sigala. I love Sigala. Okay. He's from the UK. He's a producer, DJ, UK. Love the guy. The party was on a Tuesday. So I got in on, I took a red eye on Monday night, got in on Tuesday morning, and then I was dancing from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m., which is what the party was. I went viral. My tag on Instagram is @Dancing Faraz. Right. And so they tagged me as Dancing Faraz. And I was like, you know what? And like for that next month, I was getting all this like press and publicity. And like, this is that guy, right? Like the DJ, the dances. And so I just basically like, you know what? Let's do like a restart. Let's like take this viral wave and make it something. So I changed it from DJ Hands, which was an inside joke, which it was just like, to Dancing Faraz, which is like Faraz is my first name. Dancing kind of is a verb that lets you know kind of what you're in store when you come on.
Perfectly. Perfectly.
Right. So that's the kind of the iteration, but I still kept the Z Hands. I've got these, fans that do the Z, fans with a Z that do the hand sign, and I'll always try to like hit their hand and be like, that's what that is.
Yeah, the crowd engagement and the interaction is there completely. So I love it. I'm always there front row, just putting my Z up. So it's great to see. Yeah. Kind of last thing we like to do on the show is message to the youth and message to the people. So any kind of valuable lesson you can give to somebody out there, something just easy and quick life advice. I
do have something to say. Dancing Faraz was once Faraz, okay? And he was this little kid who loved music, loved dancing, right? We're talking little, 5, 6, 7, right? And it's always been a part of my heart and soul, and I've always wanted to do it. Music and dancing doesn't come naturally to a lot of people. And so there's two things I want to say. One is growing up, when you expose yourself to music, all kinds of music and like dancing, like it's at first when you're a kid, you have no fear, right? The world is your oyster and you're so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and you can just do anything. And there comes a point where you get older and you're like, oh, like, do I look cool? Am I like hitting my steps? Am I on the beat? So some doubt creeps in, some like, self-doubt and some self-consciousness creeps in, and people kind of lose that fervor for dancing and for music. And what I would say is, don't lose that thing. The second thing, for everyone who like is new to nightlife or like hasn't been exposed to nightlife, just know that there's this like etiquette about it. There's this experience about it. And you should soak it all in. You should do your research, right? You should like look on the website of the clubs, know what party night's going to be, know what the DJ is going to be, know what the music's going to be, the theme's going to be, get your friends out, like get your outfits ready. Like just make sure that you're prepared to go out in the night. You have a short amount of time in the grand scheme of things. So make sure you do your research. Make sure you kind of learn the nightlife etiquette and culture, because I promise you that if you do, you'll have a much better time. And I would encourage everyone to take my first lesson, which was always be dancing, right? ABD. And then, translate that to learning about nightlife, learning about the culture, exposing yourself to it, being smart about it, and really just loving it, loving everything about it. Soak it in as much as you can from a young age to as much as you can, as late as you can. Yeah, man, party. My goal, my message to you is have fun and party as much as possible.
There we go. It's great to hear that. It's great to hear that.
Thank you.
Get up out the house and go to a Dancing Faraz show, actually, is where you should be at.
Yeah, please. If you come to a show, flash that Z sign with your hands. Give me some love. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Boom, boom, boom.
This one.
Yeah, no, the other way. Look, you're good. There you go. Boom. There, the crew's doing it. The crew's doing it. Hell yeah. And come to a show. Hopefully you have the best time of your life. That's my goal.
You will.
And yeah, I'd love to see you all on social media at Dancing Faraz, out on the street, out on the dance floor. We'll see you.
Oh, we'll be here.
For sure.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it so much for just sitting down.
Of course.
It's been great, but thank you.
Thank you.
We'll close it out from here. So thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Million Dollar Ganja Chronicles. And subscribe, hit that like button. Thank you so much, everybody. Goodbye.